The sky darkens over the endless savanna as a small band of Australopithecus moves silently through tall grass, their bent silhouettes framed by the low sun. They carry sharpened sticks and crude stone flakes, foraging along the edge of a shallow river, eyes darting from side to side as if the very wind carries threat. The land seems calm, antelope grazing in the distance, crocodiles resting at the water's edge. But there is an unnatural silence above, a silence that makes even the cicadas pause. Then a shadow sweeps across the plain, enormous wings cutting against the burning sky. A giant eagle wingspan, wider than 3 men, stretched arm-to-arm circles with silent precision. The band halts their chests, heaving, sensing the predator without words. One mother clutches her young, pressing the infant against her chest, while another adult raises a stick, not in challenge but in trembling defiance. The eagle dives. Its talons slice through the air with terrifying speed, aiming not at the strong adults, but at the weakest, the child. A sudden cry pierces the savanna as the band explodes into motion. Branches, snapping dust, rising bodies colliding in a desperate scramble. One male hurls a stone upward, striking only air. The predator veers away, its massive feathers catching the sunlight like bronze fire, and ascends patient, circling again. This is no single strike. It is a hunt, and the humans are prey. Panic spreads, but panic can kill as surely as talons. The group gathers near the riverbank, backs against reeds trying to shield their young. Yet danger multiplies. A storm rolls over the horizon, dark clouds swallowing the sky, thunder rumbling like the growl of a giant beast. The first drops of rain strike the dust, and the eagle, undeterred, swoops again. In the chaos, another predator awakens. A lioness, hungry and drenched, emerges from the tall grass. Her eyes fixed on the scattered humans, her muscles twitching as she prepares to strike. 2 dangers, one from the sky, one from the ground. The savanna itself seems to conspire against them. The Australopithecus react, as survival has taught them. Several males bang stones together, the sharp sound echoing across the plain, confusing the lioness. Others snatch burning branches from a smoldering tree, struck by lightning in the storm's advance, waving the fire with primal fury. The lioness hesitates, growling low, torn between hunger and fear. Above the eagle wheels, calculating, waiting for a break in their defenses. Then the storm breaks, fully. Rain pours in sheets. Wind whips across the plain. Fire sputters and smokes. The humans huddle together in a circle, infants at the center, arms locked, weapons raised. The eagle dives again, talons extended toward the ring of bodies. At that instant, lightning cracks the sky, a blinding flash splitting the storm. The bird jerks, startled, veering off course, while the lioness retreats into the grass, defeated by thunder and flame. For a heartbeat, survival holds. But the storm does not relent, and the tribe must find shelter before nightfall. The storm lashes the savanna with relentless force, bending trees and flattening grass, as the Australopithecus clan trudges through sheets of rain. Their feet sink into mud, leaving tracks that wash away almost instantly, as if the earth refuses to remember them. They move in single file, elders guiding the way, mothers cradling infants beneath large leaves ripped hastily from nearby plants, using them as makeshift shields against the downpour. The giant eagle is gone for now, hidden above the storm clouds, but its memory lingers like a wound. Every shadow, every gust of wind reminds them of talons waiting to strike. The river swells with sudden violence, its calm banks now a raging torrent carrying uprooted trees and carcasses of smaller animals swept away. One young male slips at the edge, dragged by the current, but two others seize his arms, grunting with effort as they pull him free. His body trembles, but his eyes burn with the terror of near death, a reminder that survival is not a gift, but a constant struggle. They press onward until the outline of a cave emerges from the mist carved into the hillside, a sanctuary against storm and predators. Yet, even sanctuary carries risk. Caves can hide leopards, snakes, or other tribes. They approach cautiously, males at the front with stone clubs raised. The first steps echo against stone, revealing darkness thick with damp air. Bats scatter, startled by the intrusion, their wings brushing against human skin, causing shivers and shrieks, but no predator emerges. The clan enters, dripping and exhausted, collapsing in clusters against the walls. Some light fires with dry fibers pulled from inner pouches of bark sparks struck by stone on stone until faint orange embers flare into warmth. Slowly, the space transforms from foreboding hollow to protective womb, a shelter carved from earth itself. As the storm rages outside, life inside the cave regains rhythm. Mothers nurse infants, adults share roots and scavenged fruits, and one injured hunter has his wound tended with mashed leaves pressed against torn skin. These simple acts carry the weight of survival rituals repeated through generations. But peace is fleeting. The eagle has not forgotten. When dawn breaks clear and sharp, the predator returns, its shadow spilling across the cave mouth like an omen. The tribe stirs uneasily, aware that a predator that strikes once will strike again. The eagle hovers, its wings beating powerful gusts, eyes fixed on the movement within. The hunters respond with preparation. Stones are stacked at the entrance, branches sharpened into spears, fire kindled into smoky torches. The eagle dives suddenly, its body a thunderbolt of feathers and talons. This time the humans are ready. A spear is thrust upward, grazing the wing, tearing feathers free in a spray of dust and down. The eagle screeches, pulling upward, circling again, but its arrogance has met resistance. For the first time, the tribe has not only survived, they have fought back. Still, their victory is fragile. Blood stains the spear tip, but the predator is not gone. It circles higher, calling to others of its kind, with shrill cries that echo through the valley. And the tribe understands this was not one hunter. It was a scout. The valley awakens to a sound more terrifying than thunder, the chorus of wings. Multiple giant eagles, drawn by the cry of the wounded scout, gather in the morning sky, their vast shadows dancing across the savanna. The Australopithecus clan, huddled at the cave mouth, now realizes the truth. They are not hunted by one predator, but by a flock, a storm of talons and beaks sweeping down from the heavens. Fear surges, but instinct hardens into resolve. The tribe knows flight is useless. The open plain offers no cover, only death. Instead, they prepare to stand their ground. The hunters smear mud across their bodies, blending with the stone eyes sharp with primal fire. Women cradle the young deep within the cave, while others gather dry brush and resin, feeding the flames until smoke billows out the entrance like a warning signal. The first eagle dives, shrieking. Stones fly upward, hurled by calloused hands, and one strikes true, slamming against the bird's chest. It falters, veering away, but another swoops from behind, talons snatching at a straggler. A scream cuts through the cave as blood sprays across stone. The tribe erupts in chaos, rushing to pull their kin free, beating at the bird with spears and firebrands. Flames lick its feathers, and with a furious screech it withdraws, leaving the ground scattered with burning down. The air reeks of smoke, blood, and wet feathers, a battlefield not of armies, but of survival. The conflict surges on. Eagle after eagle dives, but the tribe adapts. They form a circle at the cave mouth, spears braced upward, fire in the center, children at the back. Each attack is met with stone fire and fury. For every wound, a counterstrike. For every cry of fear, a roar of defiance. The savanna itself seems to watch, as though nature weighs their worthiness to endure. At last the flock withdraws their cries, fading into the horizon, leaving the tribe battered but unbroken. The ground is littered with feathers, blood, and broken branches, but also with proof, for the first time, fragile humans have repelled giants of the sky. Exhaustion crashes over them like a tide. The wounded are tended with poultices of crushed herbs, blood staunched with moss, and spirits lifted by the sight of the infants still alive, still breathing. Around the smoldering fire, the tribe eats what little they have, roots and roasted insects. But it feels like a feast of victory. One child plucks a feather longer than his arm and waves it in the smoke-filled light. The others laugh, a sound pure and sharp, slicing through the remnants of fear. In that moment, survival becomes more than endurance. It becomes legend. The tribe, though fragile, has shown cunning, unity, and courage enough to face the sky itself. And as the sun breaks over the storm-swept horizon, painting the cave mouth in gold, the band of Australopithecus rises together. They step from the shadows of their cave, not merely survivors, but a people bound by fire, blood, and the defiance of giants. Their journey across the savanna continues, but etched into their memory is a story whispered in every breath. Once even the eagles of the sky could not break them.